India is a vast country with some stunning tiger habitats. But to the naked eyes, all the tigers look the same. In today's time, when I go for tiger safaris, I hear this word head on quite a bit. A tiger walking head on. It is quite an orgasmic feeling for everyone around. Of course, it's a charismatic cat, and that eye to eye contact when the tiger is walking on the safari track, it must be a thrilling experience. But if you think about it, all your head on tiger images taken in Corbett or Ranthambore essentially look the same. What is different is the habitat in which these tigers survive in. In this video podcast, let us look at some key habitat elements of some of the prominent national parks of India and see how we can improve our tiger imagery.
Let us start with Corbett, my breeding ground for wildlife and photography. For everyone who goes to Corbett regularly, or even if you are going there for the first time, there are some basic elements of the Corbett habitat which should be embedded in your brain every time you visit the park. The characteristic sal forest, one of the most stunning sal habitats we have in India. Be it in the morning hours or harsh noons, the sal canopy ensures that the light is suitable enough for creating an image, provided you incorporate the sal canopy in your frame. The grasslands of Corbett more or less is an Indian version of the African savanna. It is vast, brilliantly lit during the day and mysteriously lit during the winter mornings. Any subject which walks in this grassland habitat, leave apart the tiger, can be brilliantly composed if you include it in your compositions creatively. The sparkling blue waters of the Ramganga river or the Kosi river defines Corbett as a location. Whether a subject is crossing the river or is just around the river, look through your naked eyes without the camera for a bit and see how the river can be included in the frame. Maybe you don't even need big focal lengths and your work can be more impactful just by using the river creatively. These rivers keep changing the course constantly, and over time, the dry river beds add a special character to the Corbett landscape. These riverbeds are present in almost all zones of the park, and it is a typical habitat aspect of Corbett which you must include in your frame whenever you get the opportunity to do so. Now let's go to the dry and deciduous forests of Ranthambore. The charm of Ranthambore photography is essentially around the lakes, Rajbagh, Manik Talav and Padam Talav. These lakes have multiple elements which define Ranthambore in the form of ruins and monuments, which makes this one of the few places in India with a mixture of history and natural history. It is always fascinating to see how these ancient man-made structures are now a part of tiger habitat, and tigers over the years have started owning them. Tigers using these ruins for resting and all is a no-brainer, and you of course have to make use of these opportunities to boost your Ranthambore portfolio. But when tigers move around these structures, that is the time when you have to take a critical compositional decision and decide how effectively you can include these monuments in your frame. The knowledge and experience of your guide, along with the diligence of your photo guide, comes in very handy during such crucial sightings. Let us talk about some central Indian habitats now. Starting with one of my favorite forests in central India, Bandhavgarh. As many of you would know, the park is divided in three major zones: Tala, Magdi and Khitoli. For me, the Tala zone and parts of Magdi has some fine elements which define Bandhavgarh as a location. The sal forest out here is different from Corbett and Kanha, as the trees are much younger. The dams and water bodies around Rajbera are stunning for creating environmental images of tigers, and so are the high-lying areas of Tala which receive divine light in the morning and evening. The rock patterns of Bandhavgarh are a unique feature of this park, and when tigers are seen lazing around in the caves and walking on these rocks, your composition skills come in very handy. Let's go deeper into central India and check out Kanha now. Yet again a pristine sal forest which is an underlining feature of Kanha. When tigers walk amidst the sal structures of Kanha, the inclusion of sal in your frames makes it a trademark Kanha image. The meadows of Kanha offer outstanding light, especially during the winters. I have spent many winters in Kanha, not tracking tigers, but constantly visiting the meadows just to work on barasingas, or the swamp deer, which is again a flagship species of Kanha.
These, in my opinion, are some of the best tiger habitats of India for tiger photography. Of course, I do like working in other places as well, like Pench, Tadoba, Kabini, Dudhwa, etc., etc. But the bottom line is that as a photographer, you shouldn't be telling the audience where the image was taken. Let the image speak for itself, and you can make the image talk by putting on your creative cap before pressing the trigger. Now, in case you want to further do a field experimentation regarding everything I talked about, you can join one of my field photo safaris with tigers as a part of a group or as a part of a one-on-one tour. For that, you need to visit www.naturewanderers.com.